Okay, it's looking good. Things are going, and we're live.
Mm.
Keith Malley.
Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Chemda, you know our pal Nadine goes by Shoe Booty on our forums. Told me about a cleaner alternative to detergents, and now this company won't leave me the fuck alone. Her daughter wrote me a letter, and
Another
it's
one.
another one. Dear
Mm-hmm.
Keith, hey Keith, remember me? I'm the kid who sent you the letter for you to go to Little Dolphin Swim Academy. Anyways, so that I can learn how to swim because she did as a kid. I think it's too late for me. I really do. Anyways, before you started your 24-hour podcast, I saw you've been on your VR headset a lot, and all caps for a lot. All right, just a couple times. I get in, I do my business, if you know what I mean. I'm out in 20 minutes. I don't like kids knowing when I'm on VR. I watch porn a lot. Maybe we can play something together one day. Who knows? So maybe your podcast lover's daughter, Lizzie. If it's not
Cute.
porn, it's miniature golf, and I don't think I play kid friendly. It sounds like
Hmm.
a sweet game, miniature golf, but all of a sudden, cunt! It's very. If anybody out there plays real golf, there's really no difference to how frustrating mini golf can be. I will say, die Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yes, this it takes over.
You're very
Bad things,
specific.
bad
Yeah.
things come out of my mouth.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
Because you can't keep repeating fuck all the time. And there's 18
Right.
holes. So you keep grabbing different, your brain just grabs different things to complain about.
Right. But yeah, and you kind of run out of things because when you say die Jesus Christ, you're just asking him to be canceled for a whole new audience.
I don't even know what I'm saying when I say shit. That's the thing. I can't control it, Lizzie. I can't
Hmm.
control the words that are coming out of my mouth.
I don't understand why online adults can play with children at all.
Right.
Like at all. I don't know how you can stumble into, oops, I'm playing with a child, this murder game. I don't
Right.
understand. You can't even watch different you can't watch the same YouTube as adults when you're a child because there's protection to I don't understand how children are playing with adults on these machines.
If it
Do I
was a
sound a
puzzle
hundred?
game,
Is this
if it
just a
was,
100-year-old?
I'm hear you. I hear you. If it was a puzzle game, I'd be like, well, I don't fucking know.
Right. Because you shouldn't play like, okay, when people go out and it's like, oh, this is for adults only, aside from the drinks, it's also adult kind. It's not just we don't want to give you booze. We don't want you around for how we talk when you're not around. So
And
how is this happening? Like, why isn't this a club that's checking ID? I don't want to play with children on this kind of thing.
So I know this sweet girl, Lizzie. She's like, don't worry, I got a cuss mouth too. But I got a feeling your mom's going to be around when you play, and she doesn't necessarily know that. So I don't know if we want to bring that up around her. You know, we just, when we're in school, we say what we want to say, but when we're home, we got to mind our P's and Q's.
Mhm.
Okay. We just did, of course, the 24-hour marathon. It's okay. So, first of all,
Mhm.
when did you feel, let's say, a dip, or when did you feel, did you have moments like this where you're like, oh my God, how long is this? I think mine
Yes.
happened to be like 3 or 4 hours in, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna go forever. Okay, just remember life is time traveling. Next thing you know, it's all done.
I
And
I
then
like
somewhere in the
that.
middle of the night.
I like let's remember life is just time travel. Ooh, I like that thought just in general. That's really good. When did I feel it? I don't remember what time it was, but I think it was about, this is odd to say, 12 or 15 hours in. And I'm like, because like at the 12-hour mark, you're like, wait, what I just did was a lot
Right.
and it was fun and whatever, but I have to do all that again.
Yes.
Yeah, so I lost it a little there. Can I give a little behind the scenes on how you
Sure.
can tell when we're both like, okay, we had
Sure.
enough.
But also,
Okay.
by the way, I would start doing that kind of math 2 or 3 hours in. I'm like, okay,
Yes.
so I have to
Yeah.
do this
Yeah.
12
Yeah.
more times.
Yeah, it's best to keep math out of a 24-hour live podcast. So here's when we're both like, fuck. is when you will see people from behind the scenes like Carrie and Newsy, the people who have to run the mic checks
Yes.
and the pre-interviews that we don't even get to be in that room. All the guests would go there for a mic check and a pre-interview and then enter our room, the Zoom room.
Right.
So when you see one of those people up front, we're having a hard time.
Right.
We're
Hey, it's
just
Newsy
like,
again. Hey, buddy. When did you go to bed?
immediate. I was so proud of myself and also so sad for myself. I don't know what to do about like I have to make sure that I am not judging myself for being different at a different age. I don't want to just call it old, but it used to be after the marathon, I'd be flying, right? And so I'd go for a walk, I'd go out to dinner with friends, I'd have a pizza party at my house because I'm just like, oh, well, we're already up. Let's, blah, 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 blah,
Right.
blah, 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 blah," and now I'm just like, and close. And here's the thing, we do a 24-hour marathon, right? Then we close the stream. I'm already on it with everybody on text. I'm like, let's start the bonus hour. Let's start the vote because I can't start coming down. As soon as I start coming down, it's over. You're gonna just okay.
Yep.
So I held up for that final thing. And yes, I was on edibles. Enjoy the silliness. And then as soon as we close all together, I made sure I texted you. I said, that was great. Good night. Meaning, if I don't respond to you after this,
Sure.
you will know I did my job. I'm closing up shop. I took a shower. I ate. I don't even remember what I ate. It was whatever. I reached in and took something, probably threw it in the microwave, put it in my face. I ate. I went to bed and woke up at 6 the next morning.
All right.
Ridiculous.
From like four what, like 5 or
From
6
like
p.m.
from like 6 p.m.
Right.
6
Good job.
p.m. to 6 p.m.
Yeah, I think I got some kind of second wind after, and I think what did it was the hour bonus show when I would think,
So fun.
hey, was this part okay? Uh, d did we talk about ghosts too much? And then during the marathon, during the hour wrap up, people would bring up parts that I wasn't sure about that they loved, and I'm like, okay, then I'm pleased with everything.
Not only that, we have 24 hours live. There are 24 hours that are in the Keith and the Girl universe verse that we don't get to see that happens backstage. So this is us getting the reports live. We tell people,
Yes.
don't tell us what happened. Don't tell me who's funny and who was weird and who was whatever. Wait until we get live. So it feels uncomfortable because people have just been working for us. Some people are here like in the background as like Kickstarter supporter or they won something. And so it's people who are fans, who are friends, who are colleagues, and you just spoke for 24 hours and you're about to speak for another hour, but you're like, I don't want to know how you feel right now because the record button's not on. So if you
Right.
could just, we're all obviously tired and we'll get together and talk about how we feel. But like, let's just wait until I can't think about this too many times right now. I got to tell people how it is right away.
Did you eat normal? Like a
No,
little
I
bit?
ate the entire time. I don't know why. And it's too late now. But as a Kickstarter supporter, if you get the video and bonus hour, fucking score. I don't care if you're not watching, if it's like on the side. I am eating the entire time. It takes me 3 hours to eat everything I put in front of me. And by the time I'm done with that, I am hungry again and start eating again. So you'll see a salad. You'll see another salad hours later. You'll see some pasta dish. You'll see coffee after coffee. I lost track. I should count the poops because for every two coffees, there's a poop.
I had I I think I took so many 5 hour energies that the stomach
Ew.
wasn't so right. So the only thing I had was often, but what I had was I think it's Sorrentino, the adult Lunchables, little packets of nuts and cheese, and that's what I ate the whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a monster.
Well, there's just a lot going
You
on.
you have to go first next time you have like I ate nuts and berries. You don't let someone else talk about their 3 hour binge every 3 hours and then talk about nuts and berries.
It sounds like Justy Dodge. She goes, "Oh, some when did my parents lie to me? My mom said she gave away my Christmas stocking and blah blah blah." And then Al Thompson is like, "Oh, really? Because
Yeah, and for those who think all last week was just quote just marathon clips. Oh no 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 no.
right,
Oh no 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 no. You don't want to miss it because what happens is when we're tired and in a state, our guests kind of pick up on weird energy and information just starts to flow. I don't know how to tell you this. When I'm done with the 24-hour marathon, when I start the 24-hour marathon, I'm like, fuck me. Why do I put myself in this situation? When I finish it, I'm like, let's do it twice a year. Let's do it.
Yay, yay.
This isn't so hard.
But if you look, so last week we put up 4 clips, sections of the marathon that I just remember at the time. I'm like, I think I want everybody to make sure they don't miss this. And that included the beginning. We had on Christian Finnegan, Chris Turner, who was a best new guest of the year, Chaz Kangas, Rojo Perez, and Chris Turner did about 3 raps at least. So talented. So talented.
So
Uh,
talented. Plus, I am so glad that my beep bops are in the main feed. That was really important to me.
well, you made it. You made it for
Thank you.
sure. I
Thank you.
liked when Chris Turner was like, "Oh, you keep doing that right on the beat when I'm trying to go." Okay, that's good.
I know it
Okay.
kind of threw him off.
Shauna Lane is a section with Emily Panic and Joe DeRosa. Joe DeRosa, who just stops in sometimes. He was there for a couple hours, right? He's always fun.
Yeah, Joe
Um,
DeRosa is the only person on the marathon lineup that did not have a marathon time.
right.
So
And
even Carrie and Newsy had a marathon time, plus they came in when we were like flipping out.
mhm,
But yeah, he comes in with the special so he does a show and then he's emailing about like I'll just get a Stromboli and then I'll and he gets nice and toasty and
yeah.
then comes on. Love it.
And Shauna Lane, it's somebody that I met at Surf Reality like 2 decades ago. She's been on Keith McGraw once before, but she's so open about her life, her all the bad things that led to her sobriety. A real open book. But even if you saw the marathon, you didn't hear the
Mm.
song that she mentioned that she made with her husband at the time that, real cracked out and all this. I added that. I got it from her and added that to the end of the show. So you do have to hear that even if you were there live.
You know what? This is, I think, what makes everything special. I wouldn't have thought to go, hey, Shauna, you just told us this, what would be embarrassing for your average
Right.
person story about you getting married really quick, getting divorced, like going off the rails, singing about his balls at your wedding to your family. He's singing about his balls. Hey, can I have the balls song from
Right.
your past to put into my show?
And
And
she
she was
had it,
like,
God
yeah,
bless her.
sure. Yeah.
And she found the CD. She goes, it was scratched, took the time to find a backup somewhere. I don't know how you have one copy, let alone backups, but thank God she did. It's on that show. We talked to, like I said, Justy Dodge, Newsy was there, Kyle Thompson, Calvin Cato. That's a heavy episode. Yeah, so people are especially, well, Newsy too, but they're sharing like personal trauma from that got from their parents. All this being centered around, of course, the Dead Emails book release. But Justy didn't know, I guess, it was going to be so heavy and tell some stupid story about the mom didn't have a Christmas stocking or gave it away instead of saving it for her, and Kenda dropped off the other day a lot of Keith McGraw memorabilia, and we have a Keith McGraw. In fact, it's right on the wall behind me. That's the Keith McGraw stocking, and I sent it to a picture to Justin. I go, look, even we still have ours. She wrote back, get fucked. Actually, your mom made it for me, so thank you. And she said, well, my dad never tried to fuck my ex-husband, so I'm like, the grass is always greener. And she goes, oh, not always, I guess. That's true. Even my grass wasn't always greener because I had to dig holes as punishment. Yeah. I think my dad was looking for more gold, but anyways. And I said that and you could see under that show, I put the pictures up and even pictures about our chat back and forth. And I said, is it okay if I literally post this screenshot on our show pics? I think it's very funny. She said, of course, but thank you for asking. I wouldn't have. Okay. All right.
And for the record, it's not that she wouldn't have shared it, she wouldn't have asked.
Right. She wouldn't have asked. Hour 22 of the 24-hour marathon, Jimmy Pardo, Rena Calm, Christy Summers, known as Christy Cello, Hope D, Lucy Pole,
Mm.
whole bunch of shit going on. Very exciting. So all those sections are up there right now. And then at the end of the marathon, I was getting like this second wind, but I was still loopy, like I was
Hmm.
high. And so I stayed up to like feel the loopiness, like I'm getting away with something. In
Yeah, I get
fact,
that.
as I started watching the Grammys, I even took a Unisom on top of that, a sleeping pill. I'm like, I'm getting so fucked up. I was on cloud nine. It was a hoot. It was a blast.
I think you were on cloud 19.
I was something. I was something. The and I didn't realize what a big deal it was. The weather on the north, south, east, west, on the west coast. Um, at the end of the marathon, do you remember that May Wilkerson's internet kept
Yes.
going out? California was having a monsoon, and when the Grammy started, they made reference to that. Like this is news that you have to know about, and showed the outside a little bit.
And here's the thing, we were so indoors for 24
Yeah.
hours that when May Wilkerson and other people started coming in from that kind of weather, and they're in LA and they go, "Oh yeah, we're having some weather." And I think the people on the East Coast were like, "LA's having weather."
Hmm.
And then we kind of all caught ourselves like, "Wait, the last time they had weather, they were literally on fire. Maybe we need to take it down
Right.
and read the news before we keep going in this
Right.
line."
But I thought of you. They Tracy Chapman performed Fast Car,
I missed it.
and because there's this guy Luke Combs who just covered it. He doesn't do anything necessarily new to it. He just covers it. And so he did a duet with Tracy Chapman. And I feel like I can hear the whole world going, let her do it. Like
Mm.
she do a little bit, he do a little bit. They look at each other, and obviously she's in control, but he's like he's making that. Have you must have done this singing with people where he makes the sound with his mouth, like what he's like the shape of his mouth, like the next word is like so that they nod together and say it together at a certain point,
Uh-huh.
you know? It's like
And
just let
this
her
is
do it.
the
And
end. Yeah, because you haven't played enough to trust each other on your rhythm.
right.
That's hard to do. You
Yep.
can't, it's like people think they could just get on stage and like, lean over, sing from the same microphone. No one will be annoyed. People get
Right.
so annoyed when you sing from their microphone on stage. Just so
Sure.
everybody knows, you got to really be cool with someone to just be like, we're having so much fun. I'm singing from your mic.
A bartender doesn't like it when you take a lemon off of that little thing in front of you.
I don't.
Pictures sharing
How,
somebody's microphone.
Now, how did you learn about that? That's got to be a gross story.
Yeah, I just see it. I would see it in bars that there's the little things in front of you. You're not doing nothing necessarily bad, but they let the bartenders like their control. They're like, okay, look, you give me $1 for every drink for no fucking reason. Can you act like I have to do something back here and I'll hand you the lemon? That's some people just want to save time. I saw that Killer Mike from he won 3 Grammys, all for rap. He has a solo album. He was in the band Run the Jewels. They have 4 albums. Run the Jewels. Just a little fun fact. LP is the name of his partner. That's the husband to Emily Panic that was on. Anyway, Killer Mike got arrested at the Grammys. I guess a little side. They didn't put the rap thing on TV, but he got arrested, but nobody seems to know why so far. And
Ew.
it seems like he was a third party to something that's not necessarily a big deal, but to get arrested at the it's an incident that supposedly didn't even happen at the Grammys. To get arrested at the Will Smith, you saw him.
He
Will Smith
assaulted someone on
was
stage.
he wasn't arrested at the Oscars.
He
But
went and sat down and then clapped at things.
do you think like they said coming to the stage now, Killer Mike, and maybe a cop was there? It's like I think I got one,
Right.
Killer Mike.
Yeah.
And then keep an eye for out for Thief Johnson, and we got a couple people booked today.
I mean, that cop better not go to like any WWE things.
Rapper Killer Mike has been taken away in handcuffs in Crypto.com Arena after winning 3 Grammys during the telecast. Best rap song, best rap performance for scientists and engineers, and best rap album for Michael. All right, just
Hmm.
interesting to me that nothing with Will Smith, but they had to get this guy at the Grammys.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we keep an eye
Yeah,
out.
because you'll never know where he's at if he's not at the Grammys. You gotta like
Right.
catch him.
I had a cleaner over for the Super Bowl party that I decided to have last minute. And during the marathon, if you remember, Carrie Graveson brought over a Ouija board to my place. And I thought it might be funny to put on the just to I put those magnet letters on my fridge, and then I wrote "Hail Satan." I totally forgot about it when the cleaner came over. There's a Ouija board, there's Hail Satan, and there's the Dad Emails book with some demon on a cross on the cover. I'm like, oh boy. So when the first thing she did was clean the bathroom and she closes the door, and I'm like, that's not normal, right? To close the door when you're cleaning a bathroom. Like, oh shit.
Wow, that's like genuinely scary for some
That's a lot of
people.
shit going on.
Like that is an extra visit to church every
Right.
day that week. Wow. Did you change any of like the tips or any after she closed the door, did you change the Hail
Yes.
Satan? Did you
Yeah.
put the books away?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes, I did.
Wow. Okay.
Which is weirder.
Yes. Yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
put up a
Mm-hmm.
Christmas tree.
Yeah. Yeah, like all hail Satan when you're not here, but like,
Right.
you know.
Oh, hi, I wrote on the
Yeah.
fridge. And I wasn't even gonna have a Super Bowl party, but Catherine Heller out of the blue said, "Yes, I will come to your Super Bowl party." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll have one." Guess who didn't make it? Oh, fuck. This is interesting. Woke up, wasn't feeling so great. I blame my 12-year-old nephew, blah, blah, blah. Go
Mm.
Chiefs. And I'm like, oh, okay. Anyways,
Oh, right. Super Bowl. Who won?
now this is funny to me. And if it's not your interest, it's not on your radar, then it's not. But how didn't the news just get to you?
I know. It's amazing. Um,
Even if you didn't see a newspaper or watch regular TV, it still gets to you.
well, I didn't go outside since last night. No, I did, but I was on my
You
bike,
have a
so
phone. It pops up the news feeds. You don't have to be
no.
subscribed to sports feeds. News
I
comes
think you
up.
do. I think
Eh.
my phone knows how disinterested I am because I even yeah, it didn't it like I'm sure that someone in my feed said, "Yay, I'm so glad so and so won." I did
Right.
not see it in my feed. I also looked up because I knew we were going to be talking about it. I looked up the halftime show to watch that. Didn't give it away on YouTube either.
Wow,
Like
that's
there's
crazy
no spoilers.
because anytime you want to watch a clip, other shows just
Right.
play that clip and add some bullshit as a buffer.
Right. You know
So I'm
why? I think my
surprised.
phone, you know how you think like, hey, is your phone listening? Is your phone not? My phone is absolutely listening. My phone has watched me cry at people give me spoilers and it knows not to fuck around. My phone knows me. It loves me. It hears me. It listens to me. And it knows that it would be better if I find out who wins the Super Bowl right now. So who won?
Well, let me tell you this, by the way, this algorithm, real quick.
Okay.
It is, I don't think I'm making this up. I'm realizing, and I don't think it's a coincidence, that if I have, let's say, I don't know, a sweet or even romantic moment in my life, and I go play music, it's sweet songs. If I'm playing Destiny, let's say, an aggressive video game, and then I play music, it's hard rock. I think Apple Music knows.
I I I'm not joking. It is listening right now.
Yeah.
And
Oh, these assistants, man, they go, hmm. I'm like, I didn't say anything close to your name. Why are you playing yourself?
I hate that. I
Yeah.
hate that. When I
I know
go,
about Bon Jovi. I'm like, I didn't fucking ask you.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I hate it.
Yeah.
Then I start playing games with it. I wake up one robot and the other robot at the same time, and then they're like, "Did you call me? No, did you call me?" I'm like,
Right.
nobody called you.
I have them work off each other, like a pizza place ordering from another pizza place.
Yeah, like, hey, this robot, the other robot knew this. What do you know?
So Hemda took the San Francisco 49ers to win.
But I call them the Niners because I'm cool.
Yeah. I took the Heafs. Some people know them as the Kansas City Chiefs. Mine is more petty. San Francisco, I don't want to have the same amount of Super Bowls as the Pittsburgh Steelers and of course the New England Patriots. This is Super Bowl LVIII, and honestly, none of the announcers knew what that stood for. They think it's around 50. The score was 25-22. Went into overtime. Only once before has a Super Bowl gone into overtime.
Did it really? Wait, what was the overtime score?
It was 22 to 22.
Wow. So that's three touchdowns and one kicker, right?
Yeah, something like that. Bunch of
Okay.
shit going on. But
Right.
25-22.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's the first of all, if people don't know, the Super Bowl is the ultimate night of murder ball. Okay, so everybody gets into this. It's very exciting. Paramount Plus, I understand, kept crashing. If you didn't have regular cable for CBS,
Wow.
Paramount, you had to keep restarting, is what I heard.
Wow. Hold
I
on.
saw,
So then somebody got 3 points. Is that a kicker?
there's a couple kicks, yes,
Does a kick get 3 points? What gets three
yes,
points?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yes.
So somebody got 3 points after it was tied.
Well, actually, no. What was it? So, Oh
Okay.
no, I'm sorry. In overtime, somebody got 3 points, and then the other team got 7 points. Anyway, that's
Oh,
okay. But so it ended up tied. I forget what it was, and
okay.
then somebody got 3 points, somebody got 7 points. That was the end.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay.
Kansas City Chiefs won.
What? But are you
You're
lying? You could
shocked.
be lying.
I'm
No.
not lying though. I could be lying. You'll never know.
Why
So I'll
wouldn't I be shocked? Either one of they got tied.
right.
So clearly it's the same. Oh my
Uh,
God. You know what? San Francisco had too much already. All right.
see,
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah.
So I got 5 smackers coming to me, and that is sweet. We did some that gambling over here. We bet on the coin toss. We bet on like next commercial where there be an Asian, this kind of thing, and of course the game overall. I
Did
kind
I
of ended
hear
up even.
right?
Yeah,
Did I hear right that Christianity had a Super Bowl ad?
yeah. That you've probably been seeing this lately. It's called "He Gets Us," and it's
Yes.
and
Yes.
it
Oh,
shows.
I see these ads. It's like, hey, Christ had problems with his family too.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like he gets
Holy
us. But then,
shit.
and you're like, okay, I guess it's a sweet message. A little strange, this one. It was showing all the people that you assume don't get along. One's washing the other person's feet, the way Jesus washed feet. So you'll see, without exaggeration, a white cop washing a black civilian's foot, like pouring water on it from a pitcher. And you're like, well, that's a little fucking weird. I get what you're saying. And
Shut the
then you're like,
fuck up.
oh,
How
why
many
isn't
feet do you think that Jesus actually cleaned? That's first of all. Okay. Second, wasn't he some sort of carpenter? Like, can't
Mhm.
he? I don't know. What? He's just washing feet. When did that come into
It's like, can you
play?
build me a cabinet?
Do you think he maybe needed money? Like, do you know how we treat desperate people today? I guess that's the whole point, right?
You think I'm going to go around and start washing feet? I guess it's a metaphor, right? Uh, Jesus is like, look at this piece of shit. Even I will wash his feet. The guy's like,
Right.
get me the fuck out of here. I'm asking for bread. Nah, I'll wash your feet.
Who
Okay.
cares if you wash my feet? I'm going to step right into the dirt after this.
Travis Kelsey, of course, the boyfriend of the great Taylor Swift. This guy gets fucking heated. He, of course, a great player. He was fantastic, but he'll yell at his own coach. He'll throw his helmet without looking where it's gonna bounce next. This guy is passionate. In fact, when they accepted the award at the end, him and the coach weren't close to each other or even looking at each other. And Travis is
Good.
like, "What are you gonna do? I won the fucking game. Fuck you."
There's so much going on.
Right.
Everyone's
Um,
still yelling at his girlfriend for I don't know what. I still don't know why everyone's so mad at her.
at Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how to deal with emotion. As if we're cutting to her instead of watching a play on the football field. They go, by the way, anyway, you missed the field goal. Taylor's wearing red lipstick again. And Mahomes, the quarterback's father, a week ago, this might fuck with his head. He looked past it, got arrested for a DWI, the third time at least.
Ooh. Ooh, what?
Yeah.
You can do it 3 times? What?
Yeah. In 2018, he got his second DWI charge, served 40 days in jail on weekends.
What?
Yes. You go when it's convenient.
What?
So he had to get that out of his mind and throw those passes and make those runs, and he was able to do it. He's pretty good. He's pretty
Make him
good.
make him wash feet. It's so fucking noble.
I
What?
so
I'd rather you give money.
right.
The fuck?
They had I see
By the way,
people.
you
Yes.
you were driving so under the influence that you got caught.
Right.
Like you were so fucked up that you got pulled over. Then I assume people know this guy because he's that guy's dad.
Mahomes Senior. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, we know of him through this, but
You
Patrick Mahomes' dad. Yes.
I assume he can drop that name. I assume he's driven and gotten caught so much more before.
Right.
and didn't. So this third one is probably his 10th one. He's going to jail on weekends. You can go to weekend jail.
I don't know now if it'll be on weekends. In the past, it
I
was on
am
weekends.
growing a penis and lightening my fucking Michael Jackson skin. What is happening?
Maybe you need like a son that could autograph some T-shirts or something. Maybe that's how you
Mm.
get weekends.
Knew I should have had kids.
The I'm seeing this is weird.
No, Kenny, the
Politicians,
girl does not think buzz driving is okay. No, she doesn't. But I know people do it, and I know they don't get caught. And if you got caught 3 times on a
yes,
DWI,
where's no question what it is. Yeah.
DWI, then you've been driving a little bit tipsy. A lot.
Right. Um, I'm seeing politicians that are complaining about what's called known as the Black National Anthem. Lift Every Voice and Sing was sung before the game started.
No,
And of course,
this sounds like something we should get angry about. Can you
right.
explain? Because I really I would like to get angry right now. And if you could just give me some cockamamie reason that somebody made up that more people went with, that would be good. Yeah, let's get angry. What's today's anger problem, Keith? Let's do it.
And if there is any confusion, they of course still did America the Beautiful. They of course did the national anthem
No, 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 no,
afterwards.
no. Leave confusion. I'm so confused. I gotta Oh, why did I get so angry? I was confused. Okay, what did I get angry on?
Matt Gates tweeted out. Tweeted out a little skit. Wife, me, wife, me. Wife says,
Mm.
"Today is the Super Bowl. Me, we aren't watching." Wife, why? Me, they're desecrating America's national anthem by playing something called the Black National Anthem. Wife, does that mean Cardi is performing?
What?
So he's a writer. He's doing little skits and bits. First of all, this never fucking happened. If it did, wow, you just told your wife we're not watching it. And then wife really said, wife's as racist as you, and went, that means Cardi B's doing it, probably her, right?
Oh God, wait until he sees the halftime performance. Oh my God,
Right.
more songs.
Right.
No. No, let me tell you how religion gets you a little bit, right? You go to church, you get together with you go to synagogue, you go whatever it is, you're singing songs together and it feels so good. And what are you singing about? You have no idea. You could be singing like you're singing in Aramaic, you're singing in Old English, you're singing in whatever language, it really doesn't matter. Beep bop, but you're all singing together and you're letting it flow. And when can you actually sing? And now you're singing, let's say you're going to synagogue in the morning. Oh, you start your day with singing, or at night, you finish your night with singing with a community of people. Songs are how religion gets stuck more. Religion is so beautiful in so many ways, but one of the things that like you naturally get your dopamine is singing together. Why do people like karaoke? We're just yelling in song form, so we're allowed to yell. So people who get upset about more songs and more togetherness and more yelling with peaceful notes. Yeah, that's what songs are. Yelling with peaceful notes. What are you so upset about? Let's get
How,
upset.
how don't you know? I don't even know how bad this looks. The Black National Anthem? Sorry, there's just one. How don't you know how horrible that looks when you don't go? I kind of wish Post Malone didn't have all that shit on his face when he was doing his version of no, that part didn't bother you at all. It
You
bothered you
know what
that
we
there's
should
a
do?
Black National Anthem. You
Oh,
fucking
I have an idea. Anyone who's upset about the Black national anthem or the other national or whatever the fuck
right.
needs to write down all of the lyrics of the official national anthem. And if they get it completely right, they get to pick what song gets to be sung before the next game
Right.
because nobody knows what the fuck they're singing. What and the Rockets red like what it's not even like a good amp song. Like it's not
Right.
even a Queen song, where you're like blah blah blah. Yes, we are a nation. Fuck yeah! Like it has it like wait, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in, the bombs bursting in air. You sing like it's beautiful, and it's not. It's not. It's old. It's old. It's
People,
old.
singers keep fucking up the lyrics so much, but now they put the lyrics on like the scroll at the football stadium. Like
Smart.
it would have the
Smart.
score or whatever. Now they put the words there.
That's
Nobody,
so
yeah,
smart.
nobody knows it. Of course not. The ads, $7 million for 30 seconds. $7
7
million for 30 seconds of ad time on the Super Bowl. So much money for even these companies that now they do teaser commercials. They do a 30-second commercial saying that go on to .com and see the full 2-minute commercial because that's a
Wow.
lot of fucking money.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Hi, we're keithandthegirl.com, and this is the super.
Right.
Ah,
Right.
shit.
Find us there. Fuck. So,
Anna says, I think the anthem is a bop. Oh, Anna.
loves it. I was at Anna's house the other day and she was playing it.
I say every
She loves
time we
it.
go into chat, it's 8 p.m. keithandthegirl.com/chat on a Wednesday night, 8 p.m. We have to start it with the national anthem.
Right. Everybody will love it. So I didn't think there were so many clever commercials. There was one I liked, and it was the Reese's peanut butter commercial. And it has a family, all ages, toddler to old grandma, everywhere in between, like 2 or 3 families, it seemed. And they would go, and the announcer says, "We are changing the Reese's peanut butter cups." The grandma throws herself out the fucking window. The dad busts his head through the fucking. The toddler flips open over a table. They can't fucking believe it. They go, "No, we're adding caramel." They go, "Oh, caramel!" The grandma comes back through the window, starts making love to some 20-year-old. That everybody's happy, and they go, "But there's only going to be a few." No, they take a lamp, break it over somebody's head. Million. Oh yay! And there's everybody's happy again. That was a good commercial.
That's fun.
Other
That's
than that,
fun.
nah. Other than that, hmm. Let's get to the halftime show. You did see that, you said,
I
right?
did because it's important,
Usher.
right? Yeah. So, first of all, may I say, and no disrespect, I did not know Usher was that famous.
Oh yeah,
In the year 2024, I
right.
know him. I knew all the songs that came up, maybe not all the lyrics. It's very club songs,
I really
which
thought he was going to do "Yeah" 5 times. So that kind of surprised me.
and that's the thing. It's hard to sing Usher's lyrics. So if someone's like, "Wait, what's Usher's song?" You're like, "Yeah, yeah." And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It's gonna come down into the come and get me. Yeah,
Right.
yeah."
Right.
I got time caught up, I forgot you told me. Yeah, yeah. So I'm just uh can you tell what song I'm singing it?
Okay. He's in there too.
Right. She my girl used to be best homies. Yeah, yeah. So I wasn't sure how, and then I couldn't think of any other song. And I'm like, there's no way I don't know other Usher songs because
Right.
he's playing in the Super Bowl. So if he's playing in the Super Bowl, like
Right.
you got to know something. So I did know all the songs, maybe not all the lyrics, as you just got a sample of. Alicia Keys coming in for the hug portion, very
Mm-hmm.
special, very
Mm-hmm.
very special.
Do they?
Uh,
Is that? I can't help but think. I get it's performance. I get it. Whatever the fuck. And I know you're nodding already.
yep, I am.
Her husband's not like, what the fuck? You're really
Oh,
grinding on my wife.
you know what? I didn't think husband. I did think I did have a feeling about all the hugs. But it wasn't who's offended. It was more like how much of this is performative, which it's fair. Like you said, you're
As
on
opposed to
stage.
what?
So
How much are they really fucking?
no, I didn't think they were fun. I thought like, are they really that close? And also like I thought of myself on stage singing and you get like cozy with your
Sure.
band and other people singing. I but I always thought like hugging and showing affection while performing is usually performative because you're so busy with the actual performance that
Right.
there's no time for, hey, we did it while it's happening. So I always think like either they're so close that they're like, oh my God, we work together, or they're on stage and it's like, this is a slow song. We don't have movements to this. It
Mm.
was the only time he didn't have to roller skate and, jump and do things. So I think he just physically has to do things.
But he is,
I,
and just if people didn't see this, it's not necessarily hugging. Yay, look, we're at the Super Bowl. I mean, he's thrusting his penis. Where I'm like, I wonder if they did that in practice.
Oh, I missed that.
He's like taking his hand, like gliding on the body.
Yeah, I'm not. It
I'm
was,
just
you know what?
curious.
You bringing it up, I was nodding because I was like, yeah, I also was wondering about that.
Right.
Not a fair, not anything like that. I was wondering about the genuineness of it, and I was wondering about the, hey, I'm performing at the Super Bowl too. I don't need some
Right.
dude like treating me like I'm, a side piece, kinda. But I
Right.
thought the same thing about one of Beyonce's videos. It was her video, and then when Jay-Z came this early on in their relationship, um, when Jay-Z came in, she turned into a side dancer on him, like just
Right.
like and I thought, no disrespect to side dancers, but she's fucking Beyonce in her own fucking video, and I thought that was weird. Also, another video,
J Lo.
no, but and I'm gonna forget, but it doesn't matter. It's just in this other video when Ludacris came on, all of a sudden she was the side hoe, but it's
Hmm.
like.
Right.
Uh, uh,
But it sounds like in general you did like the halftime show, right? That's what I'm
oh
getting.
my God. Again, I was like, well, this isn't gonna really be for me. And I wonder who it is for because it was very, very big in the 90s. And as it was going, I'm like, holy, I am getting it. This is a fun concert. They thought of all the creativity, all the movements, felt like he was actually singing. The roller skating part was
Hmm.
hot fucking fire. And he must be at least in his 40s, possibly in his 50s. The shape that he's in, the way he's able to sing, the how much like, and it's a halftime show, but I love when people think of even if you don't know this song, this is such a fun circus of performance that
Hmm.
by the end of it, I was like, I am in this concert and we are having fun. It is so much fun. Not for everybody. It's very dancey, it's very boppy, but then, ooh, I wrote it down. Turned down for what came on, and I
Hmm.
was like, you had me. Yeah, and then yeah, it came on, and I'm like, I kind of know all these songs. This is
Right.
fun. Who else is enjoying this? But 40 something year olds, I don't know. Can you tell me if you're not 40 something, were you enjoying the halftime show? And what about it were you enjoying? And the roller skating part.
I'd
Oh,
like the roller
thank you.
skating. Yes.
Please, everybody put roller skating parts when you can. Holy shit.
Metallica.
Holy shit.
This is true from Joe Biden's official account.
Oh no, I saw it and didn't hit unmute. Is it real?
It's real.
No,
It's
no.
a pic. It's him, his eyes glowing like he's in the Illuminati or something, and it says just like we drew it up, and that's in reference when Kansas City won. That's in reference like the football game is rigged. Taylor Swift will be giving a speech or say something to interviewers because the team just won, and she will endorse Joe Biden, and everything was rigged for that to happen. That's what he's making a joke about. And to me, the world's so fucking stupid that I wonder if it's worth it.
That's not funny
Funny,
at all.
but I don't
That's
know if
not
it's worth
that's
it.
that's not funny. That's not funny from an 80 something year old man that so many people are hoping you die before we have to choose you
Right.
and or after we choose you so that you're still running with Kamala and we get our female like so you are our only hope
Right.
and plus people accuse you of fucking
They
fake
accuse the
votes.
NFL of being rigged. They accuse politicians of rigging. And by the way,
It's not a good time. It's not a good time for that
right.
joke. It's not from you. Not you. You've never really been funny. You hardly know how to share a story. So you're gonna try to do it in like 100 characters with that picture.
Mhm.
Oh my God, folks! Wait, why don't I run for presidency? You think this thing is so easy?
And if a reporter said to him like, "Hey, you tweeted out from your account just like we drew it up," what was that in reference to? I don't think he'd be able to say. I don't think he came up with this joke. I don't. I think he would be surprised to learn a singer's gonna endorse me. Who gives a shit? It's like, no, she's the queen now, so it's a big deal.
Did she
Okay.
really endorse him?
No, I mean she's not gonna be talking during the football thing, but I mean she's definitely
Okay.
not. She would vote Democrat without question.
Okay. Well, football is a is a highly Republican thing a lot of times, right?
That's true too.
It's
Uh,
it's a lot it's a lot of good old boys.
yes, yeah.
Is that a term we're not allowed to use anymore?
We
Is
don't.
that
It's ironic, I suppose.
yeah,
It's
okay.
never. It never was a compliment. The good old boys,
It wasn't because I thought it was.
like Dukes of Hazzard,
Yeah, yeah.
those good old boys, just trying to
Yes.
sell some moonshine. That's fine. But in general, no, I don't think you're. I don't think you're even from the South and you say good old boys. We're just a couple good old boys. I don't think you even say that as a compliment. That's
Oh,
what I
is it
think.
you know what I thought? I thought it was like um it's like round away girl, good old boys. I
Okay.
thought it was that, you know.
What's round the way girl mean?
Like a girl with extensions in her hair, bamboo earrings,
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
a Fendi bag and a bad attitude. You know, all LL Cool J needs to get to be in a good mood. She could walk with a switch and stop talk with street slang.
Somebody from the South has to tell me. I'm not. I'm really not sure,
Give me the
to be
song.
honest.
Give me the song, and I'll get it.
Trump tweeted out, so many years people have been saying that Elvis and I look alike.
Who said that? Who? Wait,
Donald
who's?
Trump. And it's a young picture of Elvis, also, to be clear. So many people have saying that me and Elvis look alike. Now, this picture has been going all over the place. What do you think? And it's a picture of half the face of Elvis and half the face of Donald Trump. So, okay, I guess if you do
Can
that,
I am so sorry to say, Trump won that Photoshop contest.
right,
If we were gonna put post against post,
right.
Biden, you lost hard. Trump, that's a good one.
President Trump also said, without presidential immunity, it seems the courts aren't giving me this presidential immunity. I can still be punished, even though I was president once, for all the shit I do. The
Hmm.
presidency will lose its power and prestige, and under some leaders have no power at all. The presidency will be consumed by the other branches of government, and that is not what our founders wanted. First of all, I think our founders went out of the way to say that's what they wanted. They want other branches to do checks and balances. But all right.
Why
He
why
says
does he
he
think
says
he
the
knows what he
president
just
should
said?
he's saying a president should have absolute power.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's saying.
Right.
He's using words that he has never used before.
That's true. That is true. You know what? By the way, so we're celebrating the Dad Emails book, and
Oh my God, are you seeing the reviews coming in?
it makes me cry.
Can I love this. What'd you do? The barf test? What is it called? The puke test?
Oh, how so my first
People
book, I
are
said
really doing it. You
if
were
you
just
don't
joking.
if you don't laugh your balls off in the first minute of my audiobook, I said of the great American novel, I'll give you your money back. This one, if you're not puking in your mouth by page 3, we're gonna work out a deal.
But some people
Uh,
are going, I took the puke test. I flipped I flipped to a random page and you were right. Everything is cringy. Everything is terrible.
It's insane. It's insane. Uh, yeah, I'll go over some reviews that you guys took the time to write. It's very, very fun to read. You know what I noticed? I made a mistake. So
Oh no, come on. Fuck.
we, so
Uh
you can buy the
I'm
Dad
hanging
Emails
up.
book. You can buy it on Amazon. What we did for the people that got it through the marathon, I'm sending it from my own place and signing it. So we had to have a way for you to be able to get it easily. So we put it at the store for $1,000, gave you your personal code to get it for free, the listener, and then it goes to $0. Then I print out the postage from home. The postage recognized that the book is $1,000. If you're overseas, and I paid for customs, believe me, you still get $100 or $200 bills from customs to pick up the fucking book.
No.
Yeah, Josh Rogers
What?
did the art, and he's like, "Hey, can I not accept this for $280 more dollars?" I'm like, "Oh fuck."
No.
Yeah, so I mean, they don't have to pay it, and don't pay it, and I'll send it to you through Amazon. I'll call you up, send it to you through Amazon, and you write down in the book the transcription that I read to you. Maybe we do it that way. But god
I
damn
just
it,
got hot. Are you
what a bummer.
did you click USPS or
I did it normal. Yeah, yeah, the post office. Yeah,
okay. one of them you might have done with a different thing. Let's just make
I know that
sure
I didn't.
that
No, I
oh,
did it
okay,
right. I
okay,
did it
all right,
right.
okay.
It's and people in it seems Canada's the ones that I heard back from. They say they're used to it. Now
What?
the post office had to understand, like, what could this $1,000 book be? In fact, one person's was open. I think they were like, I gotta see what the book, because some book right. Uh what is this $1,000 book? Then you open it and there's a fucking demon on a cross. You don't know what to do. So
Okay,
we'll get that figured
we
out.
could
Let us
fix
know. We'll
that.
figure it out. But what a bummer. That's just stupid. Just
Okay, but
stupid.
just so everybody else knows, when you're buying it through
Amazon.
Amazon, and you're buying
Yes.
through the Amazon of your country, so you don't have to
Yes.
worry about that.
Completely unrelated. Yes.
That is just, over the years, we fuck up at least once a year to your
Yes.
benefit.
Right.
This was
This
this
was
year's fuck
ours.
up. So
And we
just
don't
to
get that money anyways. And again, we
no,
still paid extra for customs.
we paid extra for everything. So just so people know, let me reference another time where it was our fault and we
Yes.
lost. But we are the only ones to lose money. Recently, I remembered our trip to Canada. We went to Keith and the Girl Canada for a weekend, and we provided a bus that people could take from New York to Canada with us, with a few comedians. And I think it was like $150 round trip, so you can come to New York, take the bus with us, and it was like a couple dozen people or something. The bus trip fucked up. The guy went to DC, which is 4 hours out of the way. Then we had to go to Canada. We fought with the bus company about like its professionalism and all this stuff. We got our money back from the bank because we did one of those I forget what you call it.
Complaints, we call them.
Yes. And then and we were like, okay, if we got our money back, then we can't keep the money of the people who we took to Canada.
Right.
Let's be fair. We gave everybody a refund out of nowhere. We didn't have to say anything. Gave everybody a refund. What we didn't know is that the bus company can reject that refund. We did have to pay after all, but we didn't tell anybody because what are we gonna
What am I
do?
gonna
Give
do? Right. Yeah.
so we paid for everybody to go to Canada. Another time is when we were moving out of the studio. We needed to get money for the move. It's New York. It's like all this shit. So as a fundraiser, we were like, hey, we have all this memorabilia. We have all this like real equipment that we just have moved on from and we don't want to throw out.
Full
We did,
camcorders, for example.
yeah, yeah. And like, uh all the stuff.
Right.
Like microphones, I think we sent to
Yeah.
people. So we said, hey, whatever we could fit in this box, it'll cost you $50. We'll ship it out. We'll try to make it even. We'll have like a little bit of everything in every box as much as we can.
Right.
We didn't think we
Postage.
forgot about postage. We paid for everybody's, including Canada, including overseas.
We
Like
paid more than $50 for some boxes.
that's right. So we paid you to help us move. So this is the fuck up of the year. Like we have this. I really am like there are smaller versions of this in every year, but this is, when we go like, what do people go to business school for? Maybe this.
Right, right.
I don't
Maybe
know.
there is something.
Like the people
Right.
in the chat are laughing.
I
And
have
I'm
so much.
laughing too, but we're so ridiculous.
Yeah, you have to laugh or you'll cry. There's there's always something with the fucking post office, by the way. I'm trying to get a new P.O. box, and it's a new post office I haven't been to. And you know how you deal with customer when there's customer service problems. No, we can't do this. You're like, all right, I'm gonna call back later until I finally get somebody, or keep coming into the post office until I can figure this out. But like, I this post office is making me need so much kind of paperwork. They're like, you have a car registration in your name. I'm like, no. You have a mortgage? No. Here's my license. They're like, okay, do you have a lease? And I'm like, I have a lease, but my landlord had it's the lease I had like 6-7 years now,
Mm-hmm.
and he never updated it. And I don't want to fucking remind him because I can't
Right.
go. I mean, I could only go normal or bad. Like, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, 7 years, huh? Yeah, I'll make you a new fucking lease. So I don't have that. Um, I need my original voter card is something I should have. I can't just print it from vote.com. It's like there's always fucking something. I gave the lease, and and my landlord happened to write my social security number on it, and she goes, "Oh, so this social security, it looks like she's gonna take it. The social security number, I'm gonna have to make a copy, so you probably don't want that on there." And I'm like, "Okay, it's what do I do?" He's like, You should scratch it off. I go, okay, I don't give a fuck. So I scratch off the social security number. And she goes, okay. And I can accept it because it's an old lease. I'm like, what? Will I ever need it for something else? And now, and people go, why is this scratched off?
Oh my God.
They go, okay. And you did it online and they printed out a piece of paper, but we have something that you have to fill out too. I go, okay, where do I get that? She's like, I give it to you. Okay. Okay. So where do I get it? I would give it to you. I'm like, okay. Could I not trying to sound like a smartass? Can I get it from you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she gives it to me. Like, what the fuck is happening? Oh, this looks like a 1. It should be a 7. I'm like, okay, I'll make it a 7. Not in front of me. I'm like, what are we doing? Anyway, I just kept coming in, coming in, coming in, and finally I got somebody that's like, yeah, no problems here. I'm like, yeah, why would there be? So we got it. But man, you ever not remember when the postal was a thing? When post office workers shoot, you know who they weren't shooting? The customer. They were shooting each other. They hated too. They're shooting their fellow employees. They're not even on the same side. Interesting. Anyways, if I may, can I read some reviews? I was
Please.
wondering. I asked somebody. I said during the marathon, did I was I talking about the Dad Emails book too much? And this person said, no, you wrote a book.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm like, I don't know. Is it annoying people?
No.
Okay, well, I can't help but wonder. But anyway, the reviews are very fun to read. So if you'll bear with me,
Also,
uh,
I think you have to say it until everybody shows you that they have a book in their hand,
you do have to.
folks.
That's
And
true.
also, yes, it is too much because you always forget to give the link so that
Right.
if while you're talking, so I'm going to write it in the chat here,
Okay.
katg.com/dad book.
Yes.
There you go.
Jerome says, share with your family. This is on Amazon reviews. All 5 stars. Thank you very much. This book chronicles the very true events that followed after a father emailed his son's ex-wife and started flirting with her. The son then takes over in secret and lets the father show his true colors. Every time you think it can't get worse, it does. Be nice to your children or they will write books about you. Beautiful.
It's very accurate. Every time you think it can't get worse, it does. I read it so many times at this point, and I'm still shocked.
5 stars. Read this book. If I could have been a fly when Father Malley signed for his book, that's true.
Hmm.
I sent it to him. I wrote, congrats, we finally worked together. That was my
Oh my God.
inscription. And he had to sign for it. I got the receipt.
By the way,
This book,
it's been over a week. No
yeah,
word?
there's not going to be word. He might write to, I was thinking he might write to my siblings saying, Keith makes fun of you and your dead mother. I could see that, which of course isn't true. But I think there's something about this physical book where I think he knows anything now is fodder.
You know what? You had a poll on this. Will you hear from your father after he
Yep.
got the book? He got the book. I voted yes, and I'm still voting yes.
We'll see.
I
You never
don't
know.
know that this person doesn't know how to stop himself. Like it's an itch.
Here's what I think he's going to do. I think once you get that physical book, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like even the PDF that I sent him isn't even close to getting a physical book. It's not the same as even hearing all the times I talked about him on the show.
Hmm.
This is totally different. What I do see him doing is he probably wrote out some kind of letter denying all this, left it in his house so that the final word when he's dead is from him.
Yes,
I do sincerely believe that.
I believe that. I just don't know if he's a man who could wait until after he dies.
I hear you.
He wants in. He wants in. I don't. Okay. I love this. Will they? Won't they? Weird thing with your dad.
Read this book. If I could have been a fly on the wall, this book is Aces 10 and is a legacy for Keith Malley. Your jaw will be on the floor the entire time you're reading.
True. True. True.
Lordana says, when you read this book, you will not want to put it down. Everything in this book is real. Once you do finish reading the book, I suggest you subscribe to Daddy Issues at keithandthegirl.com/VIP. Keith Malley is an amazing storyteller, hands down.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
A Ballard, 5 stars, the most anticipated book of 2024, and it delivers. The concept is completely ridiculous. This book takes you through a roller coaster of dad-son relationship that shows why so many Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z have got no contact with their parents. It's
Whoa.
literally a blueprint of how not to be a parent and should be read by all of us that have kids or dads. 5 stars, modern story of father and son. Concerned about the relationship with your parents? Well, you can worry no more with this book. Beautifully written, hilariously told, real life story of real life people.
Holy shit.
C123, 5 stars. You won't be able to put it down. This book is mind blowing. Every time you think Keith's dad can't sink any lower, he proves you're wrong with his next email. Do yourself a favor and strap in for this wild year-long ride. I
Oof.
handed this book to my friend. He opened it for the first time and started reading. Within 30 seconds, I love when a
Yes.
friend or a relative or something that doesn't necessarily listen to Keith and Girls like, what the fuck? It explains, the book explains itself, is what I'm saying. You don't need to be a fan of this show. He opened it for the first time and started reading. Within 30 seconds, he laughed out loud. A few moments later, he says, wait, this is true? Next, I hear an audible gasp. This was in the span of a few pages. He had barely scratched the surface. Seriously, get this book. It's a mind-blowing story you never thought you would read. You will be locked in to find out what comes next from the very first email.
Yeah, and like we said, you could just get it straight from Amazon. It's called the Dad Emails, but also the link goes straight to their KATG.com/dad book, KATG.com/dad book. And while you're there, we put Keith's other book in there for
Yes.
just $5.99.
Yeah.
So throw that into your cart. And then what will be fun is when new people go, this book, I'm going to get it because this is, my friend told me about it, whatever. Underneath, it'll say, people who bought this bought this. How freaking fun is that?
That's fun. Now that's fun. I'm not gonna lie, that's fun. Jenna, I'm already on page 91 because I can't
Wow.
put it down. And
Mm.
I'm at the part about your dad making the sandwiches at Wendy's and made me cry laughing. I actually had to put the book down to breathe. Unreal.
Wow.
5 stars, unbelievable, hilarious, so do not miss. This book will really make your libido jingle. That's what my dad said to me, thinking he's talking to my ex-wife. You do make this old man's libido jingle. That's not even a third into the book. If you like to laugh at the uncomfortable but true, you will not be able to put this completely unique work down. Alma, the story has a crazy beginning, middle, and end. You cannot even begin to comprehend how funny this book is. How does Father Malik keep getting creepier and creepier? 5 stars. I'll
And
go a little
Kenny in the
past that.
chat is saying no spoilers. This is the one story that
Yeah.
I had literally all the spoilers of, and I still was shocked rereading it and rereading it and rereading it for the fourth time. I was still like, what is
Yeah.
happening?
I am getting a little self-conscious reading these, but they are so fun. Hysterical page turning. My libido is jingled. This person says, Hannah, oh my God, what the fuck? I love Keith.
Brittany in the chat is saying, I peed my pants during that Wendy's segment.
Ah, that's
You
sweet.
you should tweet at Wendy's.
Right. Primo Cat, and Wendy's Twitter account is
Yeah.
very funny and
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
edgy.
Send them the section.
Yeah. How do I send it to Wendy Twitter?
Uh-huh.
Primo Catfishing, 5 stars, can't put it down. Freaking hilarious.
Primo
Tim says,
catfishing.
come for the huh, stay for the ha. I really enjoy how this book flows. It moves from transcripts to email to personal prose in a way that keeps you engaged. It doesn't hurt that it's funny too.
Now, Keith is reading people's responses, and it's so nice, and it's so interesting how funny our listeners
Yeah.
are. Wow, I said our listeners. 4 more weeks. 4 more weeks, and then they're
You
your
can
listeners.
enjoy it
Okay,
now.
so
Enjoy it now.
I just took that in. I just took that in. Anyway, but if you feel uncomfortable expressing yourself or saying why you like the book, or I don't, for some reason, like you don't have to. Just give the 5 stars. I mean, we love reading these things, but give the 5 stars. It really changes things.
And show my dad that you're reading it.
Right.
Show my dad all the stars. I enjoy that. He's going to check. I'm working at a very, this person says, MW. I'm working at a very rating heavy degree right now, on a very heavy rating degree right now, and reading that dad book in my downtime. I became frightfully aware that as I'm rating these papers and responses and whatnot, that I may be talking in Father Malley's rating style. I almost puked at the realization. The guy's so good at bullshit that his bullshit is leaking into my bullshit. There should be a warning label on the book.
There is a warning label on the book. The whole art is a warning
Right.
label.
Right. It made my cleaner hide in the bathroom. Alexis Farts writes, A plus Babillion. I got the book yesterday, finished it today. I've been looking forward to the
Wow.
book, but I was surprised at how I got so sucked in. I listened to all the episodes mentioned as it was happening, and I thought I knew all the details. I was shocked and also in tears, laughing at every page. I read aloud highlights to my wife, and she was dying. Thanks, Keith, and shout out to Fake Cat and Dad.
Mm.
This person, Andy, says, "Wait, are you me?" They responded, "I came here to rate the exact same thing. I too was sucked in. I also read parts to my wife while she was trying to sleep. I stayed up till midnight last night to finish it. The last 10% of the book really brought everything together beautifully. You made a shitty situation into a piece of art.
Wow.
Congratulations to you for going through all this, your personal growth through this, and especially on putting this together as a unique piece of entertainment. Hilarious. I'm laughing out loud. I'm literally on page 6.
Mm.
It's an absolute mess of a relationship and 100% comedic gold. The guests who do not know the extensive details about Keith's upbringing add
Mm.
hilarity as they try to wrap their minds around this beautiful catfish. Love the book and KATG. Keith navigates the absolute cringiest subject matter with authenticity and humor. Couldn't put the book down. Laughed out loud throughout. Well done, Keith. 5 stars. All right, you get it. I appreciate it so much. Thank
Amazing.
you. Thank you. Thank you. KeithAndTheGirl.com/dadbook. Yeah, I am proud of it. And I think why I can even read all those reviews and not be so is it too much to the audience is because it's not just me. It is my dad. It is all the contributors from all the various shows. I know I mentioned this, but anytime I work on something, my first book, a stand-up album, I'm very proud of it. Then a little time goes by and I'm like, who gives a shit? You know, if I said this, I think it was one of the marathon clips that we put out, but I'm like, okay, here's my book, The Great American Novel. I'm proud of it. Now I think about it, like the gimmick is I'm the everyman. I don't have necessarily
Mm.
a fascinating story. Then I'm like, well, then every man has this fucking story. But there's something about this where it's not just me. Um, and it's just bonkers. And so yeah, I think that's why I'm able to say it is fucking good, quite frankly, and you should have it in your home.
You
Thank
know how like David was revealed to the artist? This book was
you.
revealed to you.
Yes, yes.
It wrote itself.
Right. It's a gift from God, and me not to recognize the gift from God would be a gift not back to God. So yes. Speaking of God, he did this, and thank you. Thank you, God. All right.
That's good. That's good. Oh my God, I just wanna okay, so I kind of read this during the show. I want to read it after.
Yeah,
Birdie says rural post offices are way different than city ones. My
sure.
local post office, this blew my mind, doesn't open on time every day. Sometimes they
Oh
take a
wow.
half hour after what the sign says. What do you mean the sign? Post offices are open from 9 to 5.
Right.
When the
It feels
pizza
like it's
place
in the Constitution.
right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought like the government
Right.
says you're open at 9. I didn't know you can like go at do you have to pay extra taxes because they're called like what is
Right.
that? When the pizza place says it's open at 11 a.m. here and I get there at 11:05 and they're like the first pizza is being made, I'm like, no, you open with a
Right.
pizza at
Right.
11 a.m. Now your post office is just no wonder they don't have they're not worried. You know what? They're not worried about anything. Clearly, anyone who opens late doesn't have I assume they
Right.
don't have glass. And what's interesting is we have glass in our post office, but people don't have guns here. Birdie's
Right.
down south. People have guns.
Yeah. The good old boys.
The good old boys, exactly. We should name the show the good old boy. Okay. All right. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Anna, Birdie, Kenny, Brittany, all everybody. So appreciate it. We'll see you next time.